here we go, New Zealand bound. Well, this is it, man. This is a trip we look forward to all winter. We're taking y'all across the Pacific Ocean for the next 2 weeks to my second favorite country in the world. We're heading to New Zealand. You know, I've been wanting to get back to Kanuka Wilderness in New Zealand for a while now.
Neil, give me a hug. You gotta come in for the real thing, brother, man.
Booked a hunt with Neil, went out there, Cat slammed a big deer, I slammed a big deer. It was a great time.
You smoked him, girl.
Your first Red Stag?
My first Red Stag, my first big game anything.
I'm gonna have to start shooting bigger stuff now, Neil, if that's gonna go beside all mine.
Also along with me on this week's trip is my lovely wife, Cat, digging through her gigantic bag of candy. Let's just hope that metabolism holds, folks. You know, it's really cool to get Cat out there and watch her enjoy it. She's fairly new to hunting. I mean, she grew up in the city, but you know, she got here as fast as she could and loves to hunt and fish, and you know, she's definitely a certified country girl now.
You still excited?
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah. Watch your mouth, you're on TV.
I'm sorry.
You're a mother.
Heck yeah.
You kiss my children with that mouth?
For the first week, it's just gonna be me, Cat, and Josh, and we're primarily gonna be trying to get Cat a bow kill on one of these big old red deer.
That branch in the way, hold on. Those trees right there. We're right over his finals.
For the second leg, the action's gonna pick up. I got my main man, Bobby Fleckinger from Diamondback Firearms and Diamondback Airboats coming out. He's bringing his buddies Wayne and David, and the craziest cameraman of all is gonna be there to film them. We're bringing out Bo Dotley again from the Buck Commander.
Flight attendants, prepare the doors for arrival cross-check.
Well, we get to Hawaii and Cat is wanting to go off on this cab ride just to see the beach, to then ride back to the airport to make it just in time to catch our flight. I don't think so.
The beach.
What? You got 4 days to hunt. You missed that flight, you're gonna jack up your opportunities.
I'm not planning on missing a flight.
I ain't missing this plane. I'm gonna put my foot down. No beach.
All right, I'll see y'all later.
You can't go by yourself.
I'm flying home by myself.
So then we get to the beach,
It's the beach.
and I realized it was actually pretty nice. There we go again. But it was all good. We piled back in the taxi cab. We made it for our flight, and we were New Zealand bound. Call me ignorant if you want to, ladies. I need a stereotypical pilot. You know, flat top haircut, maverick-looking guy, all squared away like, oh, no wings, I can land it anyway.
There was a little concern there. We had a Sheila flying the plane.
I'm not saying it's right, I'm just saying it's the way I am.
But looks like we made it in one piece, and we're gonna go murder everything on the island.
Welcome back. Yeah, good to see you guys.
Yes, sir. Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
Been doing all right? Looking
Yeah,
good?
I have too. You had a long journey, huh?
Yeah.
We made it.
Yeah.
We got everything?
We're ready.
All right, cameras made it, weapons made it.
No, we're all in one
It's
piece.
party time now. So we get there and good old Neil comes to pick us up at the airport, man. It's always good to see him. He's just like one of us, he just talks a little funny.
Right now you can hear the stags absolutely at their peak. If you listen to that, you'll hear a stag roaring over there. Before he's done, there's another one started over there. Before he's done, there's another one here. So you almost got a continuous sound.
Yeah.
That's as good as it gets. You usually get that at night time, you know, at the peak. Right now, it's almost running out there right now.
Right now in Virginia, we'd be standing out the backside of my farm listening to gobbles, and we'd be going out.
Yeah.
It is actually springtime in the States, but it's moving into their fall out there and into their, you know, what would be the peak of the rut around here. And for red deer, they call it the roar. And for good reason, because a red stag kind of reminds me of if a lion mated with an elk and then it took steroids. That's basically what a red stag is. Well, we got there in plenty of time. It was looking like we were gonna get an evening hunt in, so we really quickly unloaded our gear, shot the Hoyt, shot the Barnett crossbow a couple times just to make sure they made the trip, and then it was time to hit the hills.
See that right there? Bone collector. That's why we're in New Zealand. We're here to collect some bone, and there's some bone. It sounds like the boogie monster growling all over this mountain range right now.
You know, Cat and I on this trip are looking for anything ranging from 290 to about 340 as far as the antler score on these stags. So every morning we'd head up to the helicopter pad, glass, find an animal that both of us wanted to go after, and put a game plan together.
He's a beast.
Oh my goodness.
You go ahead and shoot him. I'll sneak up and I'll shoot that fallow brother.
So we hope the wind will blow our scent between the fallow deer and the red deer.
Gotcha. Yep.
And
Split them.
the guys will tell us if we're still in range or if they've moved off or where the hell they are. Yep. It's a bit of a punt.
Shane and Vance, or as they say, Vance, would stay back and they would kind of give us direction as we went down into this thick bush, you know, sometimes 2 and 3 miles away, you know, as far as what these stags are doing, how we can better move into position to get in front of them.
The thing is, we're running a bit out of daylight, so
Yeah,
on that basis,
gotta
we're
get
going to
down
take the vehicle.
You get a few chances during a hunting show to look cool or whatever, like you know what you're doing. You know, maybe scaling a mountain or running through a creek. I take the first step off the Polaris and I stumble, cross my legs up and almost fall on my face. Real professional.
Wind feels good too. He's 93 right there. 93. 93.
Although Josh can see him perfect in the camera, Kat and me and Neil are pushed down into this bush to the left to where we don't have a clear shot yet.
He's stepping out in the right broadside. He's 45. He's a clear shot.
He'll stop. He'll stop. You shoot him if you can.
Wait.
He'll stop.
This stag got away from us and he was right there. I was wanting her to shoot. She probably wanted to shoot, but she did not want to rush the shot on the first day like that.
He almost stopped for you. That's all right.
Every time, like I got this around.
He almost stopped for you. Oh man, I thought you were gonna kill me.
That wasn't the management one. That's the one we're after.
The big one.
That was the one.
Yeah, that was the big one. I thought she was gonna kill that stag. You did the right thing. Wait, no, you did the right thing.
Okay.
That was perfect. Because if you'd have pulled the trigger, you'd have moved out of the way by the time the arrow got there. You did the right thing.
Yeah, holy cow. That was pretty awesome.
And we went back to some of Kanuka Wilderness's home-cooked food. And I gotta tell you, man, I was excited for the coming days.
She's got a new sundress. Bought it at the thrift store with her pocket change.
Drive to the bottom of that, walk up, there's a track runs up there. We'll pop up at the left-hand edge of the clearing, walk to the little mound with the green trees on it, and we'll talk to the guys at that point and see where he is.
Okay.
Okay, let's go. We'll go quickly.
Songs that cut the air.
It's a monster.
You give me a little light. I ain't never had it. You never hesitate. It's like it's automatic. You got above, make the stars align. Watch you in this world.
Hiked up to the cliff. They've got one spotted in this meadow that's right on top of this knob. Cat's got the part of the crossbow. She's sneaking up in here. We'll try to top out when we get a shot.
Well, we're slipping in on a stag that Cat wants to shoot, and we come face to face with this satellite stag.
Better come back, Cat. Come back. Just in case we decide to shoot. Just stare at it. It's fine. Just ready to shoot off it. He's real pretty. Just raise your weapon. Raise your weapon. Raise your weapon. Well, we just got in shooting range of a nice stag. He was about probably a 270 class. I'd like to try and get you something bigger than that. What was he, about 15, 20 yards? Yeah. And he turned around and ran for it. He just walked up and saw us in full view. How's your heart?
Good.
Thumping?
Yes.
Now we got set up on a stag Cat was trying to kill, and we all of a sudden heard him roar just off to our left, real close by. Vance threw out a couple of calls, and this thing was coming.
Josh.
No, I can't see him.
All right, I'll keep going. What's his range?
Whoa! Whoa!
He was beautiful. He was gorgeous. I followed him, but he just was moving too fast. I mean, if he had stopped for you, I could have shot him. He was head on towards us, and then when he turned, he bolted down the hill. Couldn't get him to stop even with Neil roaring at him, so. That's okay. We're not gonna get discouraged.
We had an action-packed morning. We're heading back to camp to get a little bite to eat and look up in the rifle range just adjacent to camp and see a bunch of fallow deer grazing through these little meadows right there. Once we saw this buck, we all knew it was a great opportunity to go ahead and draw first blood and provide a little camp meat.
Shall I shoot through that stick? Wait, listen. That was that management one you want to kill,
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
Okay. There's some significant distance. Yeah. See that lighted knot? Whack. I hit him right in the heart if it got through that shoulder.
As we're rounding the bend to head up to camp, I hear this tumbling and crashing, and then this whack right down in the creek bottom. It's the fallow buck that I just shot.
Walking back to camp, giving him some time, and here he comes rolling down the mountain into the creek. He's dead right there. Let's go take a look at him. Straight up the mountain at 50 yards. Shot him right up through here. This was all I had to shoot at right there. Little camp meat, little cull buck. Got some blood finally. First animal I've killed with my new Hoyt overseas. He's got a good dragon handle though.
We've come to this area for a bit of fresh ground. Yeah. We've been 4 hunts on the same sort of area. A lot of animals there, but we just haven't succeeded. So we've been it's kind of a fresh start here.
Yeah, that was just unlucky. I mean, that's all you can describe a few hunts we've been on because we've been within 20 yards of 3 different stashes.
The wind's completely against us, but it's such a big area. We're on high ground. I think most of that wind will blow right out over the top. Get around on the far end and come back, right back into the wind as evening comes in.
There's like a lot of activity going on down here right now.
A lot of animals out there already. We've got sheep here, we've got goats in the distance, groups of hinds with stags down there, fallow deer. We've got everything there.
This little critter right here is lucky. He doesn't have a little bit more bone on his head. But yeah, target-rich environment. It's time to kill some.
Well, we start heading down this ridge line, and up above us is kind of it's pretty steep, man. It's almost straight up. And we see the stag almost directly above us.
Come to my right. Come to my right. You see him?
Here, you cornered, dude. Shut up.
Neil had to make a quick decision and just basically said, let's travel light. Just you and Josh, follow me, and we're gonna run after this stag and try to come around the corner and cut him off.
Yeah, I see him, Ready.
We hustled up this mountain, got into position, and here comes the stag down the trail. And he starts coming into the one shooting lane I got at 30 yards. Whew. I was fixing to come unglued. I was pumped.
50. He's coming to us. He's right there. He's coming to us. Back.
I almost feel bad because I kind of butted in front of Cat.
He's just falling.
It's him bleeding out. We need to not charge down in there just yet.
It was kind of a heat of the moment thing, and Neil was like, get your bow and come on. We just all sprinted up the hill.
Neil is a monster. He is the man. I don't even know what to say about Neil, but that he's part stag or tar or something, because he saw that stag. Cat couldn't get a shot. It spooks. And he charges up through the hill, but I mean, this thing's straight up. And we chased that sucker down, and he came back and smoked his butt. Thank you, Neil. You are the man, sir.
Good shooting. I'm still parked on the side of the cliff here, and I'm slipping away.
Get up.
We heard him fall, good gracious. I think they heard him fall back here in the United States, because after he gets stuck, he goes tumbling off this cliff and falls into this giant tree. I mean, these trees out there, I mean, it's big around as this whole room in here.
No worries, mate. We just shot a stag. He's a bloody good one. Good gracious, man. He took a cliff dive. That's what all that racket was. Look at the way he fell in there.
That's a spectacular dive he took into it.
Look at how cool that is.
Superb. Hell of a hunt.
I mean, a hell of a hunt, too. And 7 on this side and 11 on that, if you count that little redneck point on the outside. Of course you do. Well, we drug him out here so y'all could see him. He kind of, after the shot, he sort of went down in a precarious situation. We had to gut him in there and get him down this hill, but here he is, man.
Well, you got a spectacular looking stag again.
Again, yes, sir. He
His
will look.
characteristics, nice and wide. First thing that hits your face, isn't it? And the second thing is the dark stain.
Yeah.
Pretty ivory tips.
Ivory tip, that's what I like.
Nice hard pointed tips all the way up. Just an absolute stunner. He's going to look good on the wall.
Oh yeah, he'll look good right beside that other one, man. I tell you what, you can't beat this. I mean, New Zealand, right here. This is it. Neil Mercer, Kanuka Wilderness. Got the Valley of Sunsetting behind us. Just the whole deal right here, man. I could do this every day.
Once again, well done.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. This has been the adventure of a lifetime. You know, twice now. So I don't even know. This is a bow hunter's paradise.
Well, one for Cat.
Yep.
Tonight or tomorrow morning.
It's your turn, baby.
Let's go do it.
Let's do it.
Hey, you know, sometimes I love it when a plan doesn't come together. It wasn't exactly how we planned it. Cat didn't get her stag yet, but she's still got 2 more days to get old Granddaddy Stag killed.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
We've also got the wrecking crew from Florida coming in. We're fixing to bring a whole new level of redneck to Kanuka Wilderness in New Zealand. It could get out of control. And we're gonna primarily focus on trying to get stag a bow kill with a cat. That doesn't make sense. And we are primarily gonna be focused on trying to get Cat a bow kill with a bow. Yeah.
Man, isn't pretty. Look at the way he fell in there. Look at the
I almost joined him.